Nick and Leslie talking holiday cheer. Hallmark movies, cozy nights, and a festive review today. Hey, grab a seat and a sweet treat, cozy up, push play. Movie cheers, what you'll hear this Hallmark movie day.
It's time for Christmas with the Singhs.
Oh. How are we spelling it these days?
Okay, let's reenact a scene before we get to the trailer.
Oh.
This is us last week.
Yes.
This is, I'll start. Picture me sitting on the couch watching a Hallmark movie, and it's time for a commercial. And a commercial shows up.
The sneak peeks.
Yeah, commercial shows up for today's movie. Christmas with the Signs?
I think it sings, but it's spelt different than what we've seen.
Is that how you spell Singhs? Interesting.
I guess that's how they're spelling it.
Smash cut to this week. Oh, it is spelled S-I-N-G-H. They had a promo with a typo.
With the typo.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, let's play the
Maybe
trailer.
we're trying to switch around trailers and themes of movies, and we just forget things. Anyway.
Maybe. I mean, they are probably in a hurry.
To get with Christmas in the Singhs.
Although...
Oh, we're not rolling trailer.
Sorry. Related to that, quick shout out to another Hallmark podcast I was listening to yesterday. Forgot its name.
Someone's for a shout out.
Anyways, she pointed out that the casting director of 5-Year Christmas Party is the same woman who was let go and from Hallmark and sued them for age discrimination. So that she was let go in April. So that means it was probably filmed before April. So they had probably a long time to fix this.
But as we talked about age discrimination, it's the older ones that are being discriminated against.
Yes.
Are you saying that was an older writer and we were incorrect?
She wasn't a writer. It was the casting director.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Oh, still. My glasses are so crooked. Thanks.
Okay. It's neither here nor there. Let's move to the trailer.
Does your family celebrate Christmas?
Are you kidding?
Your family, your traditions, your culture.
Stop!
They're all part of what make you, you.
Do you like spicy food? Good luck.
Christmas with the Singhs. Only on Hallmark Channel.
All right, we are back. So, Christmas with the Singhs. This stars, I don't know their names. The characters are Jake, Asha, who her family calls Maglu, which I thought was adorable.
Yeah.
And her parents, Samuel and Nidmala. And there's a Molly involved. Oh, that's Jake's mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes. I did not get Jake's dad's name either.
His dad's name was also Jake. They're both Jake O'Brien.
I don't know where I was.
when he first meets Asha, he's like, please call me Jake. And she's like, that's going to get very confusing. I'm going to call you Mr. O'Brien.
For me.
So, before we get into the details and go like note by note, yay or nay?
Towards the yay. Towards the yay.
There's a lot of nay in it.
It's only because... So we were separate this weekend. Nick was in Jacksonville, we were watching these on our own. And
so apologies for the delay in getting these to you.
Yeah, and the delay in getting them to you. But I thought this was like, oh, okay. But there was one that definitely did better. So Hallmark, I'm going to say yes. Watch it. Watch it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start at the top. Oh, sorry. For me, I think you can skip it. It's got some cute moments, but it's not worth the time.
Okay, yeah. Wait, real quick. Let's do a trigger warning, okay? This did have a trigger warning. I'm going to say I did have to pause it and collect myself because it was too much. If you are wanting a calm, cool, collected Christmas, which is the Christmas that we have created for ourselves called Cool Kids Christmas, where we are slowed down, we do what we want. We hang out.
Our families.
We ignore our families. We hang out with the people that we want to be around. And so that is our Christmas. But when you are meeting someone new and you are getting to know them, and then you further on your relationship when you go to meet the parents and the family, and then you're doing it on a holiday, no less, in your hometown, it is just riddled with to-do lists. And I was like, So
Yes.
trigger warning. Don't see if that's going to be too
Yeah.
much for you,
Yeah.
because it got to be too much for me. I had to pause it and go take some hits of some pills.
I forgot about that. That was stressful.
Yeah, it was stressful. But
for me, my trigger warning is this is the most Christian Hallmark movie we've seen
and
yet.
it was. And so let's I mean, I'm just talking vaguely.
Keep the Christ out of Christmas, in my opinion.
Yeah, bring the happy holidays back to America.
Yeah.
Excuse me for wearing red today, but I do enjoy this Disney shirt. The thing is, it is about incorporating traditions. In our opinion, traditions are meant to go with the people that set them when they do pass away. We don't need to carry them on.
Yes.
We don't, not at all. You know,
Yes.
I guess that is a symbol of Jake Sr. and Jake Jr. And, right there. I am happy whenever I see people come together, but like for those reasons, and then, I get it, Hallmark were dramatic. I completely understand, but I am very happy for the representations of having Indian
It's
families.
like, we'll have other cultures provided they're Christian.
And we understand the demographics that do watch these shows, but that's why we're here, to give you our unsolicited opinion. But you're here, so you want our opinion, right?
Yes.
So
we're also totally getting early into the I think
the plot.
Yeah, I think that's enough so that we can now.
No, real quick. So, like, my quick notes. Balsam Hill, very present. It is good decorating.
Yes.
Family. I really get annoyed, obviously, when family is making it about themselves instead of the person that the said event is going on about. And parents' impossible expectations, right? Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Trigger warning for that.
All right, so let's start at the top. My first note is Asha works in the calmest ER in the world.
I have been in one very, very calm emergency room in East Dunedin Hospital, but that was a very calm.
It was like, hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Let
And
me
everyone
wheel
cheers
you
at a
over
football
to
game.
the television.
And then I'm like, is she a doctor?
I know. I'm like,
then-
okay, this Indian person's a doctor. That's racist, right?
Yes, but she's a nurse practitioner, so they made that very clear.
Yep.
And she's been dodging the Christmas shift for 7 years, to which I judge her.
Yep.
You dodged Christmas shift. I was the person that had to work Christmas all the friggin' time in healthcare.
Yep.
Anyway, don't dodge. Work your shifts if you choose to do that field. Anyway.
So one thing I started doing with my notes is I started putting a dash in between each commercial break.
Oh, okay.
That way I know, like, more or less when we're kind of on the same timeline of our notes.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Well, I started putting in dashes for making sure I hit these certain emphasis as well as bullet points of in specific areas.
So my next note is Jake's mom is a crazy lady who has money for x-rays. Wait, no, that's two different notes. Jake's mom is crazy and who has money for x-rays? Okay.
So someone jumped up ahead, but yeah.
Sorry.
So we meet Jake, who's the reporter for the Outlook, and he is reporting on the Titans basketball game. There's like a big thing in the ER as well as various people watching throughout the characters overlaying and showing that, they're excited that Titans won. And then Jake goes up to some, hopefully we're not supposed to recognize who this person is. We are not a sports person, but he goes up to someone and is like, so how did you feel about that winning goal?
Sports.
It's not even a goal. Anyway.
He said goal?
No, I said goal.
Oh.
Anyway, so clearly he's a reporter and he enjoys sports. So, and then he's on the phone with his mom because it's Christmas Eve and like, so sorry we can't be home. And he's like,
This
it's
is my
okay.
note of who the mom's crazy. She just looks insane. She looks like they found her on the street, put her on the set, gave her a wig in like 4 seconds. She's like, quick, throw that on. They tossed it onto her head.
I was like, did someone put Paula Deen on a motorcycle and just let her hair get whipped for like 100 miles an hour?
That was some totally fake hair.
It was, but I get the energy also that they were probably going for. And so while Jake was on the phone, he decides to help some woman who is completely carrying Christmas packages that are nicely wrapped, not having a single issue in the world. Here comes this white man trying to help.
This is kind of a
fucks
trope
it up.
of Hallmark movies, where as soon as they introduce a male character, and if we want them to be like he's the lead, if they want the audience to know that he's the lead, they're going to have him help a stranger carry something.
Yeah, or do a nice deed to show this is the good guy in this right off the bat. And to me, and I'm like, ugh, he wasn't helpful at all. And I guess we were trying to show something about him being clumsy, which did not lead through to anything to
Right.
show that. So I wasn't really sure what they were going for, but or else I'm so sorry for that woman whose packages got broken.
I will say, like mother, like son, I think Jake is also wearing a wig throughout this entire movie.
He has a waft.
His hairline is like cut with a razor. It is so straight.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
And his hair is so black.
He slips on ice. That's how he drops all
Yeah.
the packages. And he's like, oh, I got to go to the emergency room. Who has that insurance?
Right.
What's his deductible?
And he works for the newspaper. They got money for
They
good
got
insurance?
money for that. You're telling me you are on that $50 ER visit that's going to allow just for a simple x-ray? Honey, that is a walk-in clinic, urgent care. But that's
And so
Canada.
Asha was like, I think it's okay, but we should get x-rays to be sure.
Why is that the
Who's
first
got money
thing?
for x-rays?
Right. That should have been, oh my gosh. Well,
Thanks,
she does. She's
America.
yeah, thanks. But this is filmed probably in Canada.
Mm.
So
Good
don't
point,
they have
good point.
universal health care?
Wait, I think this took place in Chicago. Because it was a Chicago newspaper, Chicago baseball team, or basketball team. But maybe I'm thinking of the next movie, which is
No, I was just being funny because aren't they mostly filmed in Canada?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right. He's
Yeah.
not too much into that, but I understand what you're saying. There was a Chicago theme to this weekend, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they're in the emergency room, and that is their meet cute. Is Asha is taking care of Jake, and I don't know who recognized each other first, but they recognized each other.
Yeah, they went to high
I
school
think
together.
it might have been her because she
Yeah.
is like in a.
Yeah.
I don't want to say in a frenzy when she meets anyone from high school, being like the nerd of like, oh, and like praising them, like, oh, you were the king and queen of high school. How could I forget you? I don't even know who mine was. I don't give a darn tootly hoot at all. Anyway, that was
I was friends
sad.
with both my prom king and queen.
You went to
They were
an
nice.
art school, so that
Our
explains
graduating class was like 90 people.
that. We had 490, and they kicked out the bottom 15% that did not do well in the FCAT the year prior.
Anyway, so Asha mentions that she aced her MCATs, which I didn't know you could. I don't know anything about the MCATs, but you can ace them.
I think she
I think
just
you
meant.
pass them.
I don't know if it's also based on like how we had SAT and ACT and well, I didn't have to take the GMAT. I don't remember whatever I had for my master's. I had a high enough GPA. Some of them I think are also based on scorage,
Humble brag. What?
like 1,200, 1,500
Yeah,
points.
okay.
Like I still think it's for you have to get certain. But
Weigh
no, I
in
don't
on
know
the
for
comments.
MCATs.
How do MCATs work? Can
we
you
could
ace
Google,
them?
but that's why we need you to interact.
Yeah. And then so Jake says, "Oh, they're talking about like how their family celebrate Christmas." And he says, "Oh, how does your family celebrate Christmas?" And Asha's like, "Well, we are Indian, but we have been Christian for generations." And then goes into this whole Christian diatribe.
Thank you for the white people out there that don't know these things, that most Indians, are Hindu, and there are ones that are Christian to celebrate Christmas, but there are other cultural practices that do occur. Anyway, it was funny, but good for you, Hallmark, I guess. But anyway, we're still happy for the representation.
I do want to shout out. So she gets off at 8, and then they have a beautiful dinner.
He asks her out.
Yeah, he asks her out. And the dress she wears looks horrible when she's sitting down. Because when she's sitting down, I'm like, is she just wearing like a polo shirt? Like she's at a tennis competition? But then later on, they're walking around, and I see it's a dress. And I'm like, that was weird.
I missed it, but there were a couple of things she was wearing, like later on whenever they meet the parents. I'm like, what tunic wrap top is she wearing that's like bulging her out? Was she pregnant for part of this?
Yeah, it was weird.
It was
Things
weird.
did not lay well.
But yet during the so they get together and they date for a year. It says 1 year later, and we get a lovely montage.
Before the montage,
Oh.
I do also want to shout out how beautiful all the Christmas decor looked in
Balsam
the city.
Hill.
I liked it was the old like
Yes.
the old shitty cheesy colorful.
So it's all
Christmas lights.
during the montage
Yeah.
that you're seeing this.
Well, the montage is throughout the year. There's not Christmas lights up all year round.
Oh, my bad. Okay. I'm
The
so sorry.
montage begins
My
and
bad.
ends in Christmas.
Okay, well, anyway. Yeah, so we're starting at the montage.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, anyway, I wasn't backtracking.
I'm just saying, I liked the Christmas decor in the city way better than the
Yes.
Christmas decor back in their hometown.
I still liked both. I mean, would I decorate our house like that? Would we decorate our house like that? No. But it was still there. Balsam Hill was showing its fur. Loved it. They
Showing
had
its
some
fur.
good decoration. But the whole point is, we're getting into families that celebrate Christmas hardcore when it comes to decorating, not really for the reason of the season that they say these days.
I also want to say this is a rare Hallmark proposal.
Maybe I was just lucky in how I was proposed to, which is, by the way, tomorrow's our proposal anniversary. But thank you for not proposing to me at a restaurant. I don't want to yak anyone's.
Yuck anyone's yum?
Yeah, yuck anyone's yum. I always want to say yak anyone's yick. Anyway. But if that's, if you have a specific restaurant you want to be proposed to at, okay. But
It's basic.
it's so basic.
But I mean, it was their 1-year anniversary, and it was the same restaurant where they had their first date.
I know. Oh, which I had down is, I feel like that was the same restaurant from Christmas Charade. The way it was backlit with the trees back there. And I'm like, this looks exactly like the Christmas Charade where she was meeting with the wrong man. And before they ran to the bathroom, and he was like, just go along with this. Your cover's over. I believe it's the same set.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe
and
it.
so I was like, oh, it's funny. But yeah, same thing. Montage was cute with their outfits. It was great on that part. Yeah. Wow, people get engaged so fast.
And then we get to the main thrust of the movie where Asha's like, wow, I can't believe you were able to get my dad's permission. And he's like, oh, what?
Right.
So that's
you.
problematic.
For them. Thank you for not asking.
Oh, oof. I don't need your dad's permission.
That's gross.
You don't need your dad's
Right, I know. Like, maybe if you were given a dowry, but what were we given? Nothing. Thanks, Mom, for
that's a
paying
good
for the
point.
pie.
He didn't get a dowry.
Right? Where's the goats?
All right, so then they rent a car, and the only thing available is a smart car.
Why does Jake have so much luggage?
And another thing that bothered me too, have you been in a smart car?
Oh, no.
So I have.
No.
There's a lot of trunk space.
I thought so too, because I remember like one of my old bosses had to drive it for a few weeks because of like his dad had dementia and they just taken the car from him. And this man was 6'2", 6'3", your height. And yeah, he crammed into it. But I remember there being like back space, trunk space.
So they were just being dramatic putting their luggage on the roof.
a bit dramatic.
Yeah.
Who gave
It
them
would have
the
fit in the
rope?
back.
It would have fit in the back.
That was also a question.
And like, I don't know the weight of a smart car, but thinking of 3 suitcases, the height you are now making said car, the
That seems
wind,
unsafe.
You're going to be, I don't know if you can like, what is that called when you like take your tail flying, flapping?
Fishtailing?
Fishtailing. Thank you.
I like your tail flapping.
Yeah. So, and in that car, they review their itinerary.
Oh.
This is where pause 1 started for me.
Yeah.
We're having to spend time with this people. They're double booked. It's so sorry. A truck is driving by.
Reggie, do you want to get it?
Yeah.
You have a package coming? Yeah?
I think it is a trash truck.
Yeah. Reggie likes trucks. And Twiggy's deaf, so she thinks Reggie is barking because something important is
Because
happening.
someone's at the door. And the truck's just sitting at the intersection.
Yeah. Well, we can just ASMR it, and I think we'll be okay. So, next up,
Puppies.
Jake finally gets to meet Asha's dad, and he is a dick.
He is a dick.
He's a problem. There's nothing charming. There's nothing charming about being the type of cartoonish, aggressive dad that you think the world wants you to be. Just saying.
Yes. You will lose your family.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Princess.
And then they go to but we do get to meet Nidmala, the mother. She's really sweet.
She's so nice.
The silent aunt, who I'm like, oh, they couldn't pay her for a speaking role, but she does have a line at the end.
She does have a line at the
end.
I did make, and she was so sweet, but she always made loving gestures, very kind, and definitely was a good gesture.
I liked when they go to Asha's old room so she could drop off her luggage. She's got a poster on the wall for a fake boy band called Next Wave. Oh,
Yes.
that's cute.
Yes.
And then they find that they have to be in separate rooms, and they're acting all like shocked by it.
Also, kudos to her parents. Granted, they have a large room. I mean, a large house, large, beautiful home. That they never touch her room. They never turn it into like a workout room, and they don't hoard things in it. And they kept it clean for her to actually enjoy and not be crowded with items.
I feel like if I had a kid who left home, I would instantly change their room. Because I'm like, thank goodness that's over.
That as well. Please let me, I will make a hobby room, but if you're wanting your kids to come visit and they still need a place to stay, make it a livable space.
Yeah.
If you're wanting for them to be back.
And keep some other stuff.
Yeah,
But
well, you don't have to keep some of their stuff, but make it a comfortable bed or a trundle bed or a futon, but you don't need to crowd them. And please clean the room so it's not dusty and we're having to take allergy pills to be in there. Or you haven't checked the AC and you're just sweating it out. I remember that experience at your mom's house.
We're already 20 minutes in. We got to start moving
we had
on.
some anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, and apparently they did not have the conversation about if they want kids or not.
Oh, yeah. That was weird.
Who doesn't? I mean, we might know some people who are still on the fence about having children and things. But it's interesting that you are engaged and you still haven't made your mind up about children, especially when, one of them really wants children. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then they have some very spicy food for cheap laughs. I thought that was lazy writing.
I thought it was too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, depressing dad. Okay, then we get to meet Jake Sr. This guy's the most depressing character.
Thank you. I was like, wow, we're really holding in on the divorced dad thing where it's all takeout. And it's like when you don't have the warmth of a woman in your life, you are just this sad, lonely person. And you can't even cook a meal for yourself or enjoy things in life. Someone else has to do it for you, a female.
His house also seemed gigantic for a single guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, but we never saw the mom's house, did we?
I don't believe so because
he got the house in the
because she was always busy doing things of festivals and not sitting down.
Yeah, and it was annoying to me that, like, at this point I'm like, okay, obviously they're gonna start dating again by the end of the movie, which means they've learned no lessons.
Yeah, and then I don't remember where they were at. They were, doing some stroll, or they were at a party or something, and then we ran into the king and queen of the high school, and that were friends with Jake, and Asha's like starstruck because she hasn't seen them and, was again a nerd back in school and so didn't know people apparently that were popular according to her. So again, she's how old? She's doing great in life and we still have to hear that she's starstruck by high school people. This girl has got to be 27, 31 between that. Like you're saying she's still, I don't like it either.
Said, like, I haven't seen you in 18 years. Did I imagine that number? Anyways.
I don't know.
That would mean like 36. Anywho, doesn't matter. But yes, that was interesting.
Maybe I missed that.
And then Jake falls off the ladder because Samuel makes him get up there and fix some lights. I don't think we needed that scene.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And then I kind of liked the joke about not everyone is on IST, Indian Standard Time, in regards to Jake's family arriving on time. And they explained that it's 30 minutes late because I don't know if you know this, but the time zone for India is not at an hour mark; it's at a 30-minute mark.
Oh, okay.
I believe it is plus 5:30.
Oh, okay.
From GMT. No, more than that. 11:30. Anyways, it's a 30-minute mark. I thought that was
okay.
funny.
All right. I mean, yeah.
And then they do some caroling to some traditional Indian music.
Wait, so have you already gotten to the Christmas market
I
where the families meet each other?
don't know.
Because that's what I'm like, I'm not
All right,
sure.
well, you
Oh
go
no, because
ahead.
they're all caroling. Yeah, so
The caroling is at the house, so maybe not.
yeah. So anyway, they go to the Christmas market, and I can't remember if this is the market or the festival that his mom was planning, but she was also planning another
Oh.
pageant.
That is way later. I'm sorry. Yeah, they first met at the house at Asha's family's house.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
so one of the traditions they do there is caroling, which I thought was funny that they all had a
Okay.
sheet of lyrics.
Oh yes.
They are all looking at their lyrics as they're singing Silent Night.
Well, I get it. Well, I mean,
Yeah. And then so the dad, Samuel, he plays I think it was a sitar, and it's the most fake sitar playing.
Oh yes, thank you, thank you. Yeah, but the music was still pretty.
It was
was
pretty.
still pretty, but it's a shame.
Mhm.
You don't expect every Indian male to play a sitar, but they also did not call it a sitar.
I know, but
Oh, okay.
I think it was.
I know
I'm
what
not
you're
I'm not an expert on Indian traditional
No, I
musical
completely
instruments.
understand, but I do believe also it's called a sitar. Again, please let us know. Correct us. We love to be corrected. But I thought they said something else because whenever they said it, and I'm like, oh, what is that? And I'm like, oh, that's that.
Mhm.
So I believe you are right. Anyway. And this is at the time when Molly and Samuel realized they both had been in the same gingerbread house decorating competition in years past.
House
That's
decorating,
where
not
the
gingerbread house.
Okay, it was the house decorating.
House
Thank
decorating,
you. That was the 18 years ago, I thought.
Okay.
Anyway, so so the house decorating. So that's how they know each other. And Samuel goes, oh, you're Margaret O'Brien, who has always been winning.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so a little bit of competition. And she's like, oh, yeah, but, I've moved on. I've started putting that effort towards this Christmas market pageant thing, which I still don't know if it's two or one thing. I can't quite remember.
And so it is after this caroling party that Jake and Asha finally do the good thing and schedule time to be alone, just the two of them.
Before that, though, at the actual Christmas market, the families together, all the families are together. And that's when they have a cute, the montages of them playing Christmas games, which was cute. And the dad's being competitive because Jake Sr. is into baseball when Samuel's into cricket. And so they're, batting heads.
That's right, yeah.
About, which one is better. So it was annoying, but everyone was equally winning something.
Yeah.
The gingerbread mascot
Oh, yeah. I wrote
was so cute.
I want one of those costumes.
I do too.
I wrote down hot chocolate kiss and put a smile. Do you remember the context of that? Because I don't know why I wrote that. It was a nice kiss they had over some hot chocolate.
I think that was when they finally both decided to schedule time for one with each other.
Oh, that might have been it.
I believe so. But during all this, we also discovered that her family, which is a very large family, is planning an engagement party at her at her brother's restaurant, Riva's, and his parent,
I think.
Riva. Was that what it was?
It doesn't.
I can't remember. Anyway, so the brother's restaurant, and the Jake's family is kind of put off by it because they feel like they can't make any decisions. And I just want to be like, are you paying for it?
Oh, good question.
If you're paying for it, go forth on your own. But they want Jake to have some type of
It must be nice to be in a
tradition there.
situation where both sets of parents want to pay for stuff.
And again, it's not even the want to pay for stuff. It's the wanting to help in what you want done. Not, oh, we're doing this because we want it done the way we want to. So there's still a difference.
So they do go, Asha goes clothing shopping for the engagement party.
Yes.
Yeah. She tries on some very beautiful saris.
I'm always going to say it wrong. Saris.
Saris.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And she picks out something for Jake.
Yes.
At which point we find out that Jake already had a vest that his dad wanted him to wear.
That no one said anything with.
It's also this late in the movie that we find out the dad was born in Ireland.
Yeah, and so like it's a tartan,
yeah.
Vest that he wants him to wear. And it's like, well, maybe you should have said things of this beforehand whenever we were planning things.
And so what's funny too is like this whole time in the movie, I'm like, they're just an American white couple. What kind of traditions do they have? And then I think at this point, like when they're writing the script, they're like, fuck, we need to make one of these people somewhat ethnic. What can we get away with?
Sorry, I almost spilled the coffee.
Good catch.
Because I was like, exactly.
Orange bird wants to fly.
Orange bird wants to fly. So let's not make, why not better make it Irish?
Yeah. So, so we make him Irish out of nowhere. And he's like, oh, this is the vest that my father wore when he was engaged.
There was no accent.
I know,
but
there was no accent.
It's from Jake's grandfather or great grandfather. Yeah. So clearly some tradition. And so it didn't fit that well. And also, wouldn't Jake know about this beforehand? Like, oh, son, I can't wait for you to meet that man or woman that you want to marry. And I can't wait for you to wear this tartan thing. Also, you're saying you've never worn it anywhere outside of that one time at your engagement party?
Right.
Which we didn't even have an engagement party. Like, my goodness.
I did expect
at
some point that the dad would be like, I'm sorry, I lied. I just wanted to get some involvement.
I just wanted to be a white man and shove my way into it when I don't celebrate anything. So now we start to see some rift in the families. And
I feel like, and Asha gave, this is always the point in the movies where someone gets unnecessarily mad about something just for the drama.
And remember all the events that they had, and they were realizing they were almost going to be double booked. They're like, oh no, we can make it to Dad's 25 years of reading the Christmas story.
That's like a 5-minute thing.
It's like a 5-minute thing for the kids. You must be there, Asha.
But also, she wasn't there the year before. So it's not like she goes every year.
Right, exactly. So I'm like, what? Because what happens is they go to the Ashford Winter Festival, which is Molly's pageant, and that they were going to be watching the nativity scene or whatever it was. And, again, one's performing and one's, reading and performing of the Christmas story. But someone, apparently, not Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Mary and Joseph.
Mary and Joseph. I got distracted
Joseph,
by how good I look in this sweater.
Right. So Mary and Joseph apparently both drank bad eggnog and are not able to perform. So the mom says, could you both, Asha and Jake, can you please help me? And they're like, okay, yeah, sure. And so they step in and help the mom. Granted, it was under pressure. I understand. And it's like, well, they helped. To which made them 5 seconds late for the reading of the father's Christmas story of, Bethlehem and all that. But they still made it.
Yep. And the dad was like, you missed that. I can't do the accent.
You don't do that. Yeah, exactly. You missed it. And they were there for the entire thing. You could have even had them walk up and be there. And like, Mary and Joseph.
Yeah, they were dressed up still in their costume.
And so like just overreaction.
Mm-hmm. And then I also thought Asha overreacted when she found out that
father like daughter.
Yeah. I think she overreacted when she found out that Jake had a vest he wanted to wear to represent his family's traditions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, no, it wasn't that, because she said maybe there's a way we can incorporate both and have everything, together. Mm-hmm. But it was when Jake snapped at her, like, why can't we have our culture stuff too? And was defending his parents. And she's like, I didn't say no.
Oh. I must have misinterpreted that scene.
Yeah. No, they were working together, and then Jake snapped.
Because my next note was, way to go, Jake. Asha sucks. And then I wrote, Jake Sr.'s from Ireland, ?
Right.
Samuel's change of heart, ? Okay, that came out of nowhere.
And then, so, by the way, the entire time here in the video or the film, Jake dad is like, I don't know if they're meant for each other. They just, because they're in a hustle and bustle of going to everyone's traditions, I don't think they're gonna.
Dad is anti-marriage.
Oh yeah, he was divorced clearly, and he, oh my gosh, it's annoying. So, but then like the Samuel also says it too, and he goes, if the family doesn't fit, the marriage won't fit. BS.
Yeah.
I am not married to you for your family whatsoever.
It's not a corporate merger.
It is not a corporate merger. Again, there's no dowry to be bought. In a merger, someone's making money, hopefully. But like, ew, that's disgusting. Do not let your family define you. Unless you're the mom and you want to go that way.
And then my final note, spiced eggnog lassie. I want to find this recipe and make it.
Yes, I was like, oh my.
We are about due for another batch of
that
yogurt.
right?
So
I know we gotta go shopping.
yeah.
And then the two dads talk it out, make their differences after the fight and make up and appreciate one another. And then we cut to everyone celebrating at the brothers' restaurant for the engagement party. Mm-hmm. And we see Santa in an Indian print suit.
How did I miss that?
It was gorgeous. Beautiful. I loved it. And then just Balsam Hill galore. Balsam Hill decorated hardcore for this week's. Yes.
Yeah, I'll make you put in the links for this transcript because it's not easy.
And then the aunt spoke that was silent the entire time that we thought she's not going to get paid at all for all of her roles.
So my final scores for this movie is writing. I give it a 3 out of 10. I thought some of the dialogue was dumb. Acting 4 out of 10.
The mom was the best, in my opinion. I mean,
Nirmala? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, she was good.
She was
Samuel was a pretty good actor. I thought our leads were charming, but not believable with the dialogue.
Oh.
And then I thought Jake's parents were left a bit to be desired in the acting front.
Right.
Like they didn't envision and create full characters.
Right. And apparently
they
were like getting back potentially in the end again because the dad misses the warmth. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Directing 5. Like I feel like whoever did this probably is very efficient, and props for that.
I know, and it's like, we need to, not make a white Christmas, and we need to get out. So that's why I'm like, you should see it for the representation, to make sure that everyone's equally seen.
Chemistry-o-meter, I gave it a 7. I thought they made a wonderful
Really?
And it was that hot chocolate kiss. Made me really enjoy it, even though I don't remember it now. But I put a smiley face in my notes, so that means it was good.
Yeah, it was a good kiss. I do know what you're referencing, yeah.
Final thoughts for you?
I mean, again, you should see it. It was good, but there are better ones to see, but you should watch it this year. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that concludes Christmas with the Singhs.
We're going to sing our way out of here.
No, we're not. All right. We'll see you in the next one.
Have a sweet treat.